Welcome back to another episode of Office Politics. I'm your host, Matthew Stevenson, in partnership with Dukascopy TV. Remember, if it happens in the office, we're here to discuss it. The email this week is quite simple. It reads, "What made Winston Churchill a great CEO?" Well, for younger viewers, you may not quite even remember who Winston Churchill is. He was the British Prime Minister during World War II, famous for his victory sign, his bowler hat, his dark blue-black suits. And he did lead Britain through a climactic period in its history. But if he worked in your company, I'm not sure that you might not have fired Winston Churchill long before you made him CEO. One of the things that kind of amuses me would be, what would Winston Churchill's performance appraisal read like? It might go something like this. Mr. Churchill arrives in the office between 1 and 2 in the afternoon, usually after having consumed a large amount of champagne at lunch. He often argues with his colleagues. He thinks he's right on every occasion. He's argumentative, and he usually works until 10, 11, 12 in the evening. How should I put up with a person like this? So that's our imaginative appraisal of Mr. Churchill. But he was a great CEO. What he did with two things. Winston Churchill had the power of his convictions. He never gave up. He's famous for that quote that it's a very simple one. It says, "Never, ever, ever give up." And he didn't let failure, and he knew failure firsthand and very often get in his way. The other thing Churchill had was he had courage. He had the ability to communicate his belief, not just in himself, but in Britain. So I suppose in trying to think of Churchill as a CEO, the qualities that he showed, perseverance, courage, convictions, these are things that I think you want to look for in your CEO, in your employees, in your subordinates. They may have eccentricities, and Churchill had a bundle. He painted on the weekends. He smoked cigars. He would drink a long, tall scotch in the morning while dictating his memos in bed. So Churchill, in many ways, is not the ideal employee. Many Britons would associate much of his career with failure, but the courage and the perseverance is what we all want in all our office colleagues. That's all the time we have this week on Office Politics. I'm your host, Matthew Stevenson, in partnership with Dukascopy TV. Remember, if it happens in the office, we're here to discuss it.